Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. There are things people carry that don't have words yet. Not because the feeling isn't clear. The feeling is sometimes the clearest thing a person has ever experienced. But because certain feelings, the ones that matter most, the ones that reorganize everything, resist language the way the ocean resists a jar. You can capture some of it, but never all of it. And for someone who needs to get it right, who needs the words to match the weight of what they feel, the gap between the feeling and the language can feel impossible. Someone has been living in that gap because of you for longer than you know. Um, and something is shifting in them right now. Something that might finally be closing that gap, moving what has lived only in their interior toward the terrifying, necessary, irreversible act of saying it out loud. First layer, the love itself. And I want to start here, not with what's about to happen, but with what already exists. Because what's already there is the part that might surprise you most. Not its existence, maybe you've sensed that, but its size, its depth, the particular dimensions of what this person carries when they carry thoughts of you. It isn't casual. I want to say that clearly. Whatever they've shown on the surface, whatever the visible, manageable, socially acceptable version of their feeling has looked like, underneath it is something significantly larger, something that has grown in the particular way things grow when they're kept interior, quietly, without interference, fed only by the truth of itself, rather than the performance of itself, undiluted, unmanaged, real in the way that only private things are ever fully real. Um, there's a specific quality to how they hold you in their mind, not the way people hold passing thoughts, loosely, interchangeably, the way people hold things they're afraid to lose, carefully, with both hands, with the particular attention of someone who has realized, maybe slowly, maybe all at once, that what they feel for you is not something that can be replicated with someone else, not replaceable, not transferable, specific to you in the way that matters most. Second layer, the words that have been forming. And this is where I want you to pay close attention, because what someone has been preparing to say to you didn't arrive fully formed. It has been written and rewritten in the interior of someone who takes the weight of words seriously, who understands, maybe better than most, that certain things once said change the shape of everything that follows, and who has been unwilling, absolutely unwilling, to say this particular thing carelessly. So they've been taking their time not out of uncertainty about what they feel, out of respect for it, out of a deep, almost solemn sense that what they're about to offer you deserves to arrive in the right form, at the right moment, in a way that leaves no room for misunderstanding, no room for you to wonder what they meant, no room for ambiguity in something that has never been ambiguous in their own heart for a single moment. Uh, what they want to say to you, the thing that's been assembling itself from the raw material of everything they feel, carries something specific inside it, something beyond the words themselves, a quality of seeing, of having watched you, really watched you, not the surface version, but the real one, and arrived at a conclusion that their whole self agrees with, not just their heart, their mind, their instincts, every part of them that has ever been involved in deciding whether something is real. All of it agrees about you completely without reservation. Third layer, the shock of it. And I want to use that word carefully because shock implies something unexpected. And you might think, if you've sensed any of what I'm describing, that it wouldn't be unexpected, that you'd feel it coming, that you'd be prepared. But here's what I keep coming back to: there's a difference between sensing something and hearing it said out loud, between feeling the possibility of something and having it confirmed in words, in someone's voice, in the particular way a person looks at you when they're saying something they've never said before and mean more completely than they've ever meant anything. Uh, that moment, the moment the words actually arrive, has a way of surprising people, even when they thought they were ready for it. Because you can prepare for information, you cannot fully prepare for being loved out loud by someone whose love for you is this size. It lands differently than you expect, in a place deeper than you were bracing for. And the shock isn't from not knowing, it's from finally, completely, undeniably knowing, from having something that lived only in feeling suddenly become real in the shared space between two people. Fourth layer, what this moment asks of you, because when it comes, when the words arrive, in whatever form they take, through whatever channel they find, there will be a moment, a brief, suspended, almost sacred moment where you have to decide how to receive it, not what to say back. That will come, but how to receive it, whether to let it land fully in the real place, the unprotected place, the place you don't usually let things reach, or whether the old instinct takes over, the one that deflects, the one that minimizes, the one that makes a joke or changes the subject, or finds a way to receive it sideways. Because receiving it directly feels like more vulnerability than you know how to hold. Uh, I'm asking you before it arrives, while you still have the stillness to decide, to choose to receive it directly, to let it land where it's aimed, to give yourself the experience of being loved out loud and actually feeling it instead of managing it from a distance. You deserve that experience, not the abbreviated version, not the version filtered through protection, the full one, the one that stays with you, the one that changes how you understand yourself to be loved. I want to leave you with something, not a prediction, not a promise, just an image worth carrying. Imagine someone who has been holding something precious for a long time, something they found and immediately knew was rare, something they've been keeping safe, carefully, privately, with more tenderness than anyone knew, waiting for the moment that felt worthy of offering it. That moment for them might be now, or closer to now than any moment that came before it. And what they're about to place in your hands, in whatever words finally find their form, has been held with that kind of care, that kind of intention, that kind of certainty. Open your hands, not halfway, all the way. Something is coming that was made entirely for you in someone's own words, from someone's own heart. And it is going to change the way you hear your own name for a very long time. Let it